Hi there, welcome to Carcassonne with Itze. Today, the guest, and some of you might know him. He's Ralph, or Querfurth with his surname. Former world champion, but four-time world champion back in the good old Carcassonne days, almost 20 years ago. Hi, Ralph. Thanks for being here.
Yeah, hi, Itze. Thank you for inviting me. I'm really cool to be here.
Yeah, I hope so. So today we have the WTCOC quarterfinal, RCP Japan. Are you familiar with any of these guys here?
Well, I have to admit, I only have played a very few of them, and even know not everybody of them, but of course someone you know. We've met in real life at least, and at some world championships, and yeah. But from the others, I've played some of them online, but not in real life.
Okay, so then I just forgot the ratings finder here. Let's just check what we're having currently as of ELO ratings. So table 1, there's Ulster Mary versus Kitara. To me, Kitara would be the favorite. Would you concur, or do you see this differently?
Yeah, I'm not like the person who says ELO says everything, but
Yeah.
here I think ELO is another point where you can see, or another parameter where you can see Kitara should be the favorite. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So table 2, do not waste my time versus Y Guru Guru Y. I like their screen name just because of the Ys. I think it should be the favorite as well. And then table 3 should be a closer one, although maybe should be the favorite, pardon the pun. Then someone you know, you mentioned him, Vladimir Kovalev, former world champion, versus Hara Oha. I'd consider the RCP player the favorite, and table 6, I'm not really sure. I think 71st is way better than the current ELO. So what's your take on tables 2 to 5? Whom would you favor on these, and whom would you favor overall?
So I would go on table 2 with Yuguruguruai, and so there's more experience. Although you can see the matches, also you don't know how many matches in real life the players have made. On table 3, I would go definitely for with Schut. He has far more matches and I think lots of experience.
Yeah.
And then on 4 and 5, I think the RCP players are in the lead for winning. So on the whole, I would see, just from the stats, I would say, and the experience, I would say a 3-2 for Japan. But yeah, as we know, you never know.
Yeah, sure. That's definitely true. I have to concur here. So I think tables 1 and 2 should go to Japan. I think there's no chance Ulster Mary wins versus Kitara, but we'll see. It's Carcassonne still. Tables 3 should be the closest one, and tables 4 and 5 should be in RCP's favor. Oh, so let's check out the new tool here. There is Glovia's message. Hi there, Glovia. Thanks. I think guest appearance. That's you, Ralph.
Thank you.
And the message should disappear within 20 seconds. If not, let me know and I'll wipe it. So it's 14 o'clock our time. They haven't started. Well, then let's check if Schut is still there. Was I mid-sentence? An unexpected error. That's nice. Hey, they have started. So we'll cover tables 3 mostly. And here we go. Oh, another thing I didn't mention, I've fixed a little or not so little script that runs a concurrent score atop. So the slightly gray points are the points these players would get if the game were over right now. I hope this works. We'll see about that in the long run. So feel free to chime in whenever you like. I'll have to open the other tables, so maybe talk a bit about these for now.
Yes, I think the first moves are, I don't see anything very special. Trying to get the easy points and annoy the other players, and yeah, of course you have to challenge this the city at the right. Quite quick game moves in the beginning, and of course should doesn't want Tarakanov to finish the first city
the cube
there.
city on the left,
Yeah.
Yeah, sure. So he goes for the obstruction here. Of course, wouldn't mind losing this mini battle 2-3. That doesn't hurt in the long run.
But now you can, of course, think of getting your 3 point street back, and the city grows, and you can still attack it later. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. Attack from up top would
maybe
be no problem at all, and especially you could snatch these 3 versus the 5 points, and you don't even need to connect. In the end, you could just grow your side of the ruin or city on the left side. So far, score is almost tied. I'm not really sure if I reference the scoreboard or the total score from now on, but we'll see about that. So I think I've set up everything that needs setting up and should work now. Let's test again. So Bluebeer's message again. Yeah, this works. Wiping works as well. Okay. And I hope the auto zoom works as well too, but figuring from the other 4 tables, there should be no problem there. Yeah, Ralph. Sadly, no? This could have been our spot here.
Yeah, we would have to beat China first, of course. But
yeah, sure. Yeah, but we didn't.
Yeah.
We weren't able to get the 2-3 versus RCP, and therefore went out in the preliminary round, just like last year. But next year we'll be back and try again, hopefully with a better team. So, but let's focus on today. Let bygones be bygones. Yeah, still tight game. Should goes for the obstruction.
And quite some heavy fighting and disturbing. Yeah. So no easy quick points. Everything's growing here. Yeah.
Yeah, and Tarakanov now has not really a lot to do. So what would you do? Would you go here and protect your city?
Yeah, it's kind of protection is one thing. I would say that the city is closed, has minimal chances, but at least you don't want to give spots for invasion, and so maybe this could be a nice spot to secure and maybe create some street pointings for you.
Yeah, the 6 points here. Else, would you have considered this move with the meeple or without to try and obstruct this or create a larger ruin there?
Would have been ideal, but I think without meepling,
Yeah,
because the separation tiles are still in there, and then you're there with a blocked meeple yourself. So
yeah.
this attack above there is important. And now you could have and had another total block from below if he had done the horse over there. Yeah.
Yeah, but I think using the road end there and then hoping to get the city crossroad, the rose, as I have coined this piece because I like it. You look at it. It looks just like a rose and it's beautiful,
I
but
totally get it.
sometimes there are thorny edges, not edges, spikes, thorns, thorny thorns. Yeah, sure. Okay.
So a curve.
Yeah.
So protecting your, annoying this city. Maybe I would have put it one up and one to the right, even to annoy.
Like this.
Like this, to annoy this city, because now a separator would close it.
Yeah.
And
so,
at least now we can attack. Yeah.
Yeah. What Ralph's calling the separator, I normally call the diagonal splitter, or for short splitter. And sure, if Tarakanov would have placed the curve over here, he would have eliminated any chance of separation. And now he was forced to use this city cap to attack there, which all could have been prevented by using the curve here. Because then you could harass this city end later, and even if who's the other one? Even if would have connected here, you'd still have these two options to attack or harass, because especially on the right side, there are enough iffy squares here, and in some cases even this one. So using the curve here, to me, was a mistake, definitely. And definitely Ralph's idea was the better one. Oh, excuse me for saying Ralph with a quasi-English pronunciation. I try to stick to Ralph.
Yeah, I that's totally fine for me.
Okay. Yep.
Okay, yeah, there's only
The
one dagger left.
Exactly. 2 are already on the board. This here, though, there are still 3 left. I don't see any other dagger.
Oh, and now Should has the last hitting
so this
dagger.
one
is dead.
Is dead completely. So this meeple here will stay there until the end of this game.
Yeah, and now Tarakanov can block the yellow the blue monastery.
Like this.
Like this.
Yeah, because the daggers are gone. He doesn't do this, quite likely because he might even kill this later from the bottom. But he can't really act here as long as his city on the right side was alive. Now that that's cleaned up, he can kill this.
But you never know if you get the right tiles, or Should gets the fitting tile or the defensive tile first.
Yeah, sure. The longer it goes, the more likely it is for Should to draw one of these 3 remaining daggers. We only have roughly 30 tiles remaining, so slightly below 10% of the remaining pieces are daggers. But
so that the move on the left, I think, was nice from Tarakanov, because he protected his big ruin probably till the end.
Yeah, question is, will he even go here? No, he won't, because this square is dead. All 4 starting tiles are on the board.
Yeah.
So the road idea didn't work out in the end, but not really a big problem. Although closing the city now opens up this for attack again. Yeah, I see you on the second screen, wiggling your head slightly. There aren't that many pieces to connect. I think 3. So 1 of the tubes and 2 cows.
Yeah, but with enough meeples, you should try it. Yeah, of course, to get those points.
Should only has 1 right now.
He needs to get the monastery and small city back.
Yeah, so he definitely needs a dagger here. There should still be enough out there, 4 even.
Yeah.
Yeah, the only one is here.
So the horses are gone, but yeah. Or Doritos with street, with curve,
Only problem is this cap here then. Not even sure this orientation was the better one.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah.
Over here, because this nixes then more or less
every street.
80% of the defense tiles, and gives you way better odds to block this, especially as you have mentioned, all the horses are gone. So more or less any city piece except for the last rows would have blocked this or could have blocked this. Yeah, I think I'm right there because starting tiles are gone, the daggers are gone. Yeah, any city piece would have blocked.
Yeah.
Tarkanov takes this field, which I think is a nice idea. He has the meeples in hand and protects against should taking a 9-point field up on closing this city. And overall, he's ahead by 12 points. Shoot's best option is up top. I guess he needs to meeple the field before taking the road even just to maximize his scoring potential. Else, if he takes this road, then yellow quite likely will snatch this field.
And of course, there are several monasteries in the game, but no real nice places for them, at least for the roadless monasteries.
Yeah, the road monastery on the right would work, but everything else, nice observation indeed. Not really great spots. Maybe over here, considering Should has 3 meeples in hand. Oh, I didn't even see that Tarkanov had a monastery in hand.
Yeah, but I think this will be maybe his last meeple he has for maybe the whole game now.
Yeah, he won't get any meeple back. Maybe the one on the monastery. Yeah. But,
or maybe the city on the lower right, in the middle. But
this year?
Yeah, but I wouldn't bet on it.
I don't see this getting closed.
And
not now.
Yeah, exactly. And no, they're all out. All the horses, all the cows
are gone anyway.
Yeah. So
exactly.
This was dead. Yeah.
This was the last one.
Yeah.
Yeah, now it gets tricky for yellow here. He's ahead, 8 points, but meeple disadvantage. Still the 4 Rotoritos out there, and if he doesn't get all of them, well, then Shoot will at least get 1 and take the points up top. So even if he has to meeple field immediately, this would be an 11-point move. And 11 plus 42 is definitely more than 50. So pushing him in the lead. He takes this cap.
I really think
Yeah,
the splitter on the top, oriented to the right, not to the left, maybe was decisive.
this one here.
Yeah.
I think definitely crucial. Decisive, we will see, but definitely crucial. Yeah. Splitting hairs, the old me. Yeah, I think this one was definitely okay. There are still the two daggers out there, a rose and maybe a vanilla. Looks like a vanilla. Do you see a fifth? I don't.
No.
Yeah, then 4 caps to close this, and in that case, of course, you don't leave this cap in the open. Yeah, yellow just adds points, draws the first of 4 road Doritos, and the second one.
No,
Wouldn't it be lovely?
Yeah, then
This one, this one, and well, then fourth one would fit as well. So you could have even gone here to protect this from a block. I'm just joking, but he might have. Yeah, blue liberates another meeple, 7 points behind. He doesn't even need the Dorito up top. If he just manages to close the city. Yeah. Just closing the city, taking some points here or there, this should be enough. Quickly checking other games. Looks like Kitara won on table 1, as we both had expected. Okay. This here is a bit iffy.
Yeah, I think he needs to score more than 1 point, and
Yeah. With the still 3 caps remaining, he could have gone somewhere else. Maybe even here.
Yeah.
Vanilla cap, or how about a regular Dorito? Yeah.
One is
So
left,
I think. Yeah. One's left. So I think going over here, but the monastery works as well. But as long as he gets the Doritos and the caps, which could be problematic with.
Yeah, another one.
Yeah, that's the penultimate one. So this here, although
there's still the vanilla left.
Yeah, and the dagger.
Yeah.
Doesn't really work. So likely here, taking the road. Although this might be a tad early, but considering there are still the dagger and the Dorito out there, I think this is definitely a missed chance. This one here. And
I guess he was going for the road monastery, for the bottom, to make a space for this. But
yeah, but it doesn't score more than this road here.
Yeah.
It's a 10-point road plus the one. Okay, the one
he
you
wants
get
to close
over here as well.
And with only 3 tiles remaining, I think that's not enough.
Okay,
now it's.
I get it. Yeah, but now Should takes the lead with +12.
So he can take the road. over there. I think there's nothing better.
Yeah, the only question is, no, the monastery doesn't score more. But the road doesn't win him the game. So the question is, does
anybody, anything win him the game?
Yeah. No.
Yeah.
There's nothing. At -12, the field is at 9. Although this here would be great, but it doesn't work.
Not with this tile.
Yeah, if he could place somehow.
Then it would be 12 points.
Here. Yeah. Yeah, but even then, it's just not enough because will score points. Might now just take d7 if he sees it. So Tarkanov killed this 8-point square. And should quite likely diligently scores and checks the score and then scores the 7 points. Just making sure he definitely has one here. So on table 5, 71st, 1 also, yeah, more or less as expected. And Vladimir won on table 4. Just now 106.82, at least I hope so. Let's refresh the scoreboard and check. Yeah, so for now it seems like the tool is working as intended. So, and I missed one result. No, I didn't. That's the one we witnessed. Yeah, well, for now, let's quickly assess Do Not Waste My Time versus Waiguru Y.
Yeah, looks close.
The problem is the tool needs one move to actually show the score. So after this, it should work. It doesn't.
But in the lower left corner, you can see it's 81.
Yeah, now it does. Now it does.
Yeah.
It is close. Definitely close. So I think let's stick around for the end here.
And both with one meeple left.
Yeah, you assess the situation.
Yeah, so maybe the taking the ruin on the right could be enough. Like also only having a quick look at this without knowing the tiles left in the game.
Yeah,
this would be like a 6-point city when adding this tile. Yeah, maybe this could
potential. Possibly. There's no big city tile left. Maybe a Dorito. Looks like still a Dorito out there. If I haven't missed one. Yeah, so nice farmer up top.
Can be done. Yeah. That's a very secure 12 points. Yeah.
This attack maybe, although Lousy 3 points, not really
No,
that action.
there's no street
Still
monastery
alive?
left. Yeah, for making it better.
Do you see a 4th starting tile?
Yeah, on the street with the yellow
Yeah,
meeple. Yes, there.
Yeah. Okay, so this is dead. But what should yellow do?
Maybe only take 2 points and go for more points. But every curve would close this big circle on the left, and he would get a meeple back. That wouldn't hurt.
Yeah, so he just takes the 2 points.
But to get 5 more points or even 6 will be difficult. With a straight, he would have gotten it with his the 2 cities on the left, on the upper left. He could go there for another farmer. But now, yeah, he couldn't.
Nope, not enough. So blue even gets the last Dorito, and it wouldn't have worked out for yellow, vice versa as well, because they could have scored 4 points there as well, but no change. Okay, so this one goes to Japan, although quite close. Let's switch back to Tarakanov and Should. And then I'll open the second game of Do Not Waste My Time and Y in the bottom left corner. So everything else seems to work fine. Great.
So Should has the luck to draw this dagger quite early, and it's not blocked before.
This one?
Yeah.
Yeah. Another problematic square is over there.
Yeah, now he needs another. Yeah, the other dagger.
Yeah, or at least a Dorito or big city. Nah, preferably Dorito. But Tarkano for sure will kill this. Right now, right here, I don't think he does anything about this city.
Yeah, but I think creating this
Not now.
the street around his monastery is nice, and he can close the city on the upper left. So there's enough possibilities to not be suffering from this one blocked meeple.
Yeah, especially because Yellow's monastery doesn't really look like it will get liberated soonish. And if need be, Blue could kill it.
So now maybe attacking the city on the right to prevent that it's closed too quickly.
So over here. Yeah, sure. Just preventing any bad outcomes and then go from there. A bit iffy, but a tad of volatility doesn't hurt no one. So I guess even if blue were to snatch this with a cap, at least you'd have the road monastery spot created, and you could still attack the city anyway. And if blue goes for the kill here, at least there's a juicy, damn it, ruin, a juicy ruin there.
Yeah, and that's sometimes things, work as you want them.
Yeah, that's what I call saved by the deck.
Yeah.
Although chances weren't looking that bad for yellow to draw a piece fitting over there. Still for vanilla caps out there, the second splitter, any field Dorito would have worked, so why not?
But being able to close the monastery with a curve is the best, the best possibility. Some are left,
if there are enough curves left, and there are, sure. Although vanilla here, road monastery there would have been optimal. But it's Carcassonne, not a wishing game. So they split the city in the end, and yellow is ahead by 10. This monastery here won't go anywhere. Now he starts enriching the field, although blue quite likely will attack once they complete their city at the bottom.
So I'm very sure that Tarakanov would have wanted to close his started small city and then meeple a farmer to have a second farmer for the big
over here.
No, where he did it on the left, but he was disturbed by the curve.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, for sure.
Good move from Should to disturb him.
Yeah, definitely.
So maybe now on the lower left to attack with on the feet. Maybe even on the. I would have maybe even meepled a farmer there, because the meadow could be decisive or crucial. Yeah.
No, in this case, you're right. It could definitely be decisive. Table 1. Kitara won their second game as well. So this duel goes to Japan,
as
underlining
expected.
our expectations here. Yeah, go for it.
No, just I wanted to add that's like we expected it.
Yeah, sure.
And
we, the wise old guys.
Yeah. Not winning against RCP.
Yeah, I thought a moment about using Stedler and Waldorf for the thumbnail.
Yeah. When I remember our old days back in the Brettspielwelt, I think, it would be very suitable for us.
Yeah, sure. Although they are older guys than us. Just remember, we were the young guns 20 years ago. So, considering Kitara is done with the game, let me quickly switch the bottom left one over there. Why doesn't this work now?
Okay. Now there's the second farmer for Tarakanov from another spot.
Yeah.
Because when he gets his monastery meeple back, I'm probably the farmers will win him the game.
Yeah, it looks like it. And for now, the one meeple should be all he needs, although liberating the city would be nice.
Yeah, so he has to protect it a bit. Yeah. And now maybe some disturbing on the upper left again, to not create an attack for the field.
Yeah, sure. And you'd limit this here severely. Roughly 80% of caps or so you'd eliminate by using the straight over here. Sure, blue tries to kill this square. Still curves out there, but yellow needs the curve here anyway.
So now it's gone, yeah.
No, it's blocked, but there is the crawling option if blue manages to close their city with dagger, or I think what's out there, starting tile, rose maybe.
Yeah, but
looks
probably he will block the city on the upper left to the one horse left.
So this one would work, but you mean this one?
Yeah.
Yeah, quite likely. Because you are that far ahead.
Okay.
Yeah, there are still a lot of caps out there. And even if blue would close this city, for now it's 5, so 7 points, yellow would score 3 and 3, so it would only be a +1 move for blue. And as I said, give the option of uniting the fields again, and then it's more or less game over for blue, because blue needs to at least tie this game to have any chance here. Although, for meeples, 16 points difference.
And
possible.
Yeah, at least 2 monasteries left to score.
Yeah. Yeah, although
but not the spots.
no great spots. What about this? Crossroad here could be even used to attack the field.
Yeah, first monastery, then farmer,
Yeah.
and then crossroads. Yeah.
Yeah, that would be perfect plan, but he gets the crossroad beforehand. But now he could attack this way, and there are still curves out there. Looks like 2 only, but still. This is a risky business here. There aren't that many connection pieces left. And this could just lose yellow points if he doesn't get...
Of course, he could separate now or split those cities and then go for the finishing from above.
Yeah, although the daggers are gone, so it would be quite easily killed.
Yeah, only the rows, the last rows left.
Yeah, and the starting tile, I think. Where's the third? There's the third. Yeah, so rows and starting tile usable over here. And still a left-handed dagger. So this here then is a 50-50. Yeah. What else would you do with a monastery without a move in hand?
I would have preferred to attack it with another tile before to go to reduce it to the horse. Yeah.
Yeah. Although that could backfire, because then there's always the option of just throwing blue city.
Yeah, you have one move at least to annoy again. But if this doesn't work, then yeah, maybe you gave the opponent more points than even before.
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah.
So I'm just waiting for blue's attack here. I think at -7, even if you luck out on both curves, at least you have 3 points compensation there.
But he could also attack on the left from those monasteries.
Over here?
No, yeah, but it's not Schutz's turn.
No, it's when blue gets a straight, for example. But which one would you prefer? Both are unblockable. And
but now, is there anything left to connect?
the monastery. But I think was the last vanilla. Yeah, this was the last. So there's only one piece going over here. But hypothetically, would you have gone over here just because there is the monastery left and you'd have 2 + 1 pieces instead of the 2 here? Okay, while you're thinking, blue attacks the city on the right side, or the ruin.
Yeah, but he's closing in with points, so
Yeah.
yeah,
And
so
that's exactly why I didn't like that move.
Yeah.
It's not really necessary. He was ahead. He could have just limited the connection options, or
and he
not sure if this was present back then. I don't think so. But now this here is flipping for the last, what is it, a big tile? There's still a big tile out there. The horse, yeah. 1 horse and Dorito 2, I think.
Okay,
Yeah.
Dorito.
So still 1 field Dorito out there.
Yeah, but really depends on how quickly Tarakanov will get Meeple back, and here, of course, yes, the first.
He does.
But he needs also maybe the city on the left.
Should connect. Now has to think whether to put. Dude, I say you have to think, and you do the move in 2 seconds anyway. What's up? Think about which piece to stick up to the north, because as I said, there's only a field Dorito left to connect, and I hope I'm right. So the question is, would have been a straight up top, or like it was played now, the city piece up top better? And because the consideration of leaving this city cap in the open on the right side to attack, I wouldn't care about, because the attacking option is already present.
Yeah.
And there's only 1 connection piece. So if there were 2, yeah, we can talk about this. By the way, talking about attacking options, this one would also be, or is also available, because no, it's not anymore. Yeah, should. Taking 4 points now?
Yeah, it could be
1 point, 1 point.
But
It's 1 point.
Yeah, but not giving Tarakanov the 7 points, maybe. Yeah.
Maybe blocking. The tubes are gone, the splitters are gone, but it's 1 point, and
yeah. Okay.
So the game hinges on the Dorito, and should now has to defend here. But even if it's a tight game, I think, or does he need to go for the flip or a field attack?
Yeah, would be the easiest way to attack the field. Maybe even from the left, where you get 3 points, and then maybe connect with the last monastery.
Yeah.
No, on the upper left.
Left, not right. I'm not seeing your idea, actually.
Yeah. So no, even on the total upper left. So if you get like a road, then you go there and you get those 3 city points, and maybe you connect.
Yeah, sure, but he had the rows in hand. So the question was,
not with this tile, no.
Whether to attack with the rows here and hope for the last curve. Then it would connect over here, and would
at
have
least
3 points.
Yeah, and
but
it's too close to.
Is the Dorito. Meanwhile, 71st won their second game, and with this, the duel versus 18 Athria on table 5. Table 4 is still playing, table 2 as well. Why not just refresh the scoreboard? So here we go. So what's left? The monastery, the Dorito. I set a curve, and I think I've counted them sometime, and then only one was gone. Crossroads are gone, I think. The big tiles,
Yes.
caps, straights, maybe. That's must be wrong. There is another one. Yeah, so straight, which is in Tarakanov hand. Maybe check the title bar before counting titles. Dummy. And here we go. Here's the curve, but of course Tarakanov would have killed this option.
Yeah.
So now the Dorito and the monastery.
It's about the monastery, probably.
Yep. Then this one, and if you get the monastery, you win the game. So the only because you wouldn't successfully attack because yellow would kill this. No,
Yeah.
they couldn't.
They couldn't. If you put the curve there, then it's protected. Yeah.
Yeah, genau. No matter the orientation, by the way. So this would be at least a 50% win. Is there anything he could do with the retro to win this game? Figuring yellow would get the monastery, which they would use to score 6 points, so push their lead to +8. So blue.
You can attack from there, from below there too, without having 3 points less, because then it cannot be blocked too. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely better.
Yeah,
definitely. But still, it's.
You need the monastery. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not enough. You score 3 additional. Oh, is there a shield on the Dorito? There's not. Okay, it's a 1-point Dorito. So +4, +3 is 7 for +5 lead, but yellow gets the monastery for 6 points and wins by 1, and they don't even need.
Okay.
This one I don't get.
He wants to close the. Yeah, I think that's nice. Yeah, to make a 6-point field when closing the city on the lower right. Yeah, with the if he gets the monastery, he scores big, and if he gets the Dorito, he shares the city, and he gets 6 points from 2 farmers.
But closing this one here is then a 4-point move, and the 4-point move is available up top anyway.
No, but it's
sure.
not only a 4-point move. Yeah, because
it's 3 -2. You have 3-1 now, and if you tie the city, you lose 2 points. And no, damn it!
It's for blue. It's for blue.
I mixed the colors. It's a +8 move.
I thought I didn't get your idea, but no. I think that was a good thing.
Yeah. Always remember, you are the world champion, not me.
Yeah, but some time ago. And if I compare all the matches the players play on BGA, and I have like 180, I think, matches on BGA.
Yeah, okay.
So I'm not in the exercise and training. Yeah.
You are not that experienced
back then
anymore. Yeah. So in the end, definitely, as Ralph has said, a nice find
definitely.
Let's check the situation. First, someone won their second game versus ROH. So these two are done with their duel. Y Guru Y won their second game versus Do Not Waste My Time over here.
Okay, so it's a very
So we
clear.
picked the right one. We will have a decider for the match between Tarkanov and Schutt. But still, one thing about this. So Blue picked this field, taking 3 points. If they get the monastery, like it happened, they'll win the game. If they get the Dorito, they close this city, which was lit like this. So +2 points, +3 points for this farmer, +3 points for this one. So a +8 point move. And as they were the starting player, Yellow couldn't counter by taking the 6 point field on the other side. So they either had a +8 point or a +6 point move. And therefore, this here was more or less the only move which would guarantee them the win, no matter which piece they got on the last turn. Am I right?
Yes, I think so. And I think it's a 2-0 for Schutt. So I think all the matches are over. Yeah. So it was not as exciting as we wanted, or close as we wanted. At least one more decider game. Yeah, it was too clear.
Yeah.
Every
well,
match.
Actually, that's my fault. Just give me a moment here, because I jinxed this. I'm not sure this works. I don't want to see us. I want to see the blurb here. There, I jinxed it. Let's keep our fingers crossed for 5 deciders. Yeah, worked out nicely. It's really nicely.
Yeah, very short, and but I think still quite close with 2 to 3. Yeah, so you never know. It looks clear, but we didn't see the other matches, and even this was close here. So even it's 5 times 2-0.
And at least I get roasted here. Thanks, Gluvia. You are right, as always. Yeah, we should have solved the end game. Has there anyone questions about the end game? I don't think so, but great find by Blue. Great find. I really still don't get why they didn't think about this move for a tad longer, but maybe they knew it was a 50-50 anyway, and didn't want to waste precious time, although they still had 3.5 minutes on their clock in the end. Yeah, so Japan wins this. Did we pick all tables correctly?
Yes, at least there, definitely we were quite right. Yeah.
Yeah, we should do this more often then. Yeah, so congratulations to Team Japan. Quite a nice outing today. Let's see how they manage versus Ukraine or Brazil. Do you want to talk about the other matches, or maybe pick a spot of this game to check back something? Or do you just want to quit?
So what I want to express first definitely is like really respect for both RCP and Japan teams, because they show this from year to year that they are playing very constantly, and especially Japan with having a mixture of veterans and new players, I think, and still the level is so high, and they deliver, and they play focused and concentrated and find perfect end games. And I think for this you definitely should show respect. And yeah, as I always say, Carcassonne is a game not only of skill and without any luck, and it has some luck factor, but the luck factor can be minimized or at least reduced. And of course, you can lose 2 or 3 games against nearly everybody. You can play the game a bit, but still showing this from year to year shows that in the long run, like also maybe similar to poker, there definitely is in the long run. It's more about skill and than about luck.
Yeah, definitely. So the mitigation of luck did work in Japan's favor, and you are exactly right. Apart from China, which didn't take part in one WTCOC, but these three teams managed to reach the playoffs each year. So this is RCP's and Japan's sixth time in sixth WTCOCs, and China was the fifth time. And there's no other team which can boast that record. And sure, Japan, four-time world champion. We'll see against Ukraine, because I think Ukraine might even have nowadays more masters than Japan. But anything's possible there, the same as today. Although, again, I think against Ukraine it should be even closer than today. And let's keep the fingers crossed for 5 deciders then. So which teams would you favor in the other quarterfinals?
So
Or do I put you too much on the spot there?
No, I think I'm not like totally up to date with all the players, but still I have some experience and seen some things and heard of some things.
Players.
But Ukraine, I think, would be the lead against Brazil, probably. Yeah.
Yeah, I'd say so as well. Adria, heavy favorite against Besson. Lawyer, definitely favorite. Nazario, not so much. And tables 4 and 5 could be close as well. So we'll see. And then
so I would like go for a 4-1 for Ukraine. If you would want me to bet on anything.
Ralph, what one? That's an ugly Y. We can do this a tad better. This works better. Yeah, I don't see any duel where I would pick the Brazilian right now. So yeah, I go for 4-1 as well. Okay, let's do the next one. Would you like to go first, or shall I?
I think now you can go first.
Okay. So I definitely pick MTU. KSPTTW, slightly favorite. Table 2 is a bit closer, although I might favor Pritchie. Table 3, Matt playing again, but this WTCOC really more or less nothing worked for him. So let's see if he gets a lucky draw or not. But I would pick UI Scooty there. And on table 5, I would pick David Lord Terryclough, that is. So overall, Poland is definitely the favorite for me.
Yeah.
I would even go the 4-1 route again. So like this. And how about you?
Yeah, I think maybe it's even a bit closer. The UK have shown a very good, very good results in the last years, I think, and so you maybe on the paper they are like not in the lead for betting, but I would go a bit closer, like a 3-2 for Poland still.
Yeah, I just left a bit of room for you to eke in there. Sure. Yeah, definitely. I'd say anything between 3-2 in UK's favor and 4-1 in Poland's favor would be possible. I just say, let's say 25% UK 3-2, 50% 3-2 Poland, 25% 4-1 Poland. I just picked the outlier there, but overall, it would surprise. No, it wouldn't surprise me if UK would win this match, but I guess Poland's chances are better. So, and then USA versus Chile. You are up.
Yeah, that's, I think, from my experience or the things I saw and heard, I think that's maybe the closest duel. So
that's why you would pick first.
Yeah. So so I would I think the United States had 5 victories in the group stage. Was it? Am I right? Or
4. They were in one of the groups with only 5 teams, so
yes,
they won all their matches and against Japan as well.
That's what that's what I meant. That at least all their matches they won.
Yeah.
So I would go for 3-2 for the United States. Yeah, but who against whom? Yeah, everything I think quite close. Yeah.
Now I wiped it. I'm sorry. That's what you get. Well, on paper, I'd say 3-2 definitely possible. Let's check who's playing for Chile there. Yeah, I think this actually is the closest match. It's closer than UK Poland, at least to me. But I would pick Chile. Just to pick something different than you. So yeah, I'd say this could work out, although no. 3-2 USA as well.
Yeah.
Yeah,
so,
I think to me, Crocodile Fundy is a tad better than Adan, and KB the same. Table 1 is equal. Table 3, even though Kaki's Elo would suggest otherwise, I think that's equal as well. And table 5 is more or less equal as well. So yes, USA should be slightly ahead indeed. Okay.
But what the audience has seen and heard, I think, is that we are like really from the same generation of Carcassonne players, and I think with a similar experience. Yeah, and I guess this often leads to similar maybe results in how we see things, and even though we were not like the very most similar players. I was quite back then in the Brettspielwelt. You remember, I think, quite well. I was a very slow player, and you were the total opposite. Yeah.
I guess that much hasn't changed. So, on tournament tables, at least, I nowadays take my sweet time, and I think at the German championships where we did play without clocks, I was. It wasn't to my detriment playing without clocks, because I guess I took more time than most of my opponents, because I learned how to think deeper about the game while playing, which back then I didn't care. I just wanted to play as many games as I could and as short a time as possible.
Yeah, and still you played very excellent.
Yeah, well,
without losing so much time, lifetime. Yeah.
Okay. So I think, folks, that's it for now. These games are definitely covered by Otto and Alexi, and I'm not sure if I'll stream them. I have to check which duels the other two will pick and what's left then, considering both might go for a specific duel and cover this to the end. There would still be 3 left, and as we have seen, there are enough close duels, so I might maybe even cover all 3. Just subscribe if you haven't. I usually don't say anything about subscriptions and meepling like buttons and so on. I don't care about that, but it's a useful tool if you want to get reminded about upcoming streams. Else, maybe check back later or check back tomorrow and view the stream in real life. So thanks, Ralph, for being here. I hope we'll do this again sometime.
Yeah.
Maybe then I'll do a mini AMA and let people roast you on stream, but we'll see about that.
Yeah, I'm ready for this, and hope to also see you sometime back on the fields of Carcassonne and to train for the next championships together.
Yeah, definitely do that. Okay, folks. Thanks for this, and see you around. Bye bye.